Logarithmic applications. We've got just one more problem to look at. We have a psychological study that determines the average walking speed W in feet per second in a city with a population of P,000 residents that can be modeled by W of P equals 0.37 ln of P plus 0.05. I was getting a little bit of a chuckle out of this one because I grew up in Massachusetts. People there tend to walk pretty fast. And when I moved to Florida, I was constantly getting stuck behind slow walkers. I'm like, come on, people, let's pick up the pace. So let's check out what's going on in Philadelphia. The population in Philadelphia is 1,517,600. What's the average walking speed of its residents? Now, we need to plug in our population, but we got to be a little bit careful about how we do that. P is in 1,000 residents. So we are not going to plug in 1,517,600. We're actually going to plug in 1,517.600. So that comma that would normally separate your hundreds from your thousands is now getting replaced with a decimal point because we want 1,000 residents. Now, we got to plug that in. So we get 0.37 ln of 1,517.6. No need to write those extra zeros. Plus 0.05. And now this is something we're going to simply plug into our calculator. So get that calculator out. We have 0.37 ln of 1,517.6 plus 0.05. And we should come up with a walking speed of 2.76. Let's round to 2 decimal places. It's a word problem. We need units. Feet per second. Okay, let's check out what's going on in Salem, Oregon. We have a population of 137,000. So my p-value is actually going to be 137.000, which is really just 137. So let's plug it in. 0.37 ln of 137 plus 0.05. All right, what do we get? I get 1.87 feet per second. You guys come up with the same thing? Awesome. Now, the next part of this question asks me to graph this function. So, I'm going to switch over to my calculator now. Look how good I'm getting at this. Practice makes perfect, right? Okay, so over in y equals, I'm going to type in 0.37 ln. Now, the problem uses p, but for my calculator, I'm going to use an x plus 0.05. And we are going to hit graph. There we go. Now, we know that that graph really continues and that we have a vertical asymptote as well. Okay. Now, part D of this problem asks, the walking speed in a city is approximately 2 feet per second. Estimate the city's population. So, let's talk about how we would set this up. Switching back over maybe. Not as good in this direction apparently. Here we go. All right, we need to set our equation equal to 2 because we know the walking speed is 2 feet per second. So we're going to have 0.37 ln of p plus 0.05 equals 2. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of a cliffhanger. I know you're just dying for this answer. We technically have not algebraically learned how to solve this yet. That's what we're going to learn in the next section. We could use our graph to try to estimate this. But algebraically, we're going to learn how to solve this, so that's the good stuff coming. So just hang tight on that part D, and we'll talk about it in the next section. Have a good one.